And we're going to talk about a tragedy that has occurred in San Francisco that has ramifications for the world, and that is the indiscriminate killing of a father, Mr. Bologna, and his two grown sons by an illegal alien felon who should have been arrested and deported months before, but for the policies of Mayor Enny Newsom and District Attorney Kamala Harris, who protected this felon, this gang member, who has now committed 3 murders. Joining us right now is Danielle Bologna. I need not tell you who she is. She'll tell you who she is. Mrs. Bologna, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Thank you very much for having me on this show.
First of all, I want to start with the obvious, which is that my heart goes out to you. I don't know what to say other than that. I don't want to overdo this. But you are a woman right now who has lost about everything. I'd like to know, without pumping you to say anything you don't want to say, what kind of reaction have you gotten from the city, from the people in this city itself?
Well, first, I just want to say to most of the listeners who are listening right now is I got a reaction of anger. We were pretty well known in San Francisco. We kind of dedicated ourselves to doing a lot of coaching, and we were a very active family, very close family. The funeral itself can tell you there was 1,800 people that attended, a lot of family members and, friends and so forth. And the city of San Francisco right now is opening up their eyes to something they weren't aware of, which is called the sanctuary law. We all tend to have our eyes closed, but when it happens to somebody that you love and somebody close to you, you tend to say, what's going on here? And with all my friends and everybody in San Francisco, they're just extremely stunned. It's changed their life. I've had many people say to me, I need to be closer to my kids, closer to my husband. And I'm a woman, which I can't even say widow, because that's undescribable to me. I never in a million years thought I would be in this situation. I lost a beautiful man that I love of 21 years, my son who is 20 years old, and my other son who is 16, who I had to take off life support. I never thought I would have to do something like that. And I think the city right now is extremely outraged and angry. I am going to say...
I ran a picture on my website, Danielle, of Mayor Newsom having a party with Kamala Harris in Denver, celebrating their wonderful politics, partying as though everything's just fine back home. I was outraged by this. These are the people who permitted this gangbanger to walk the streets and kill your family.
Exactly. And
what has Mayor Newsom's reaction been with regard to this tragedy?
This is what's disgusting to me, and all your viewers are listening to this. It's so disgusting. I am a citizen of San Francisco, and I'm a Catholic, and we've done everything right. I would have thought from Gavin Newsom, who 2 months later after this murder then decides to say he's sorry on TV instead of even speaking to us personally. Now I could care less. I don't even want to look at him. I don't want nothing from him.
Are you saying he never visited you personally?
Never. And he had the nerve to come to the funeral for 5 minutes and not even come up to me or the Archbishop. And I was stunned. I just looked.
He's a nothing. He's an empty suit. He's one of the worst people in the history of this city.
Thinks he's running for governor? There's no way.
Governor, yeah. On what basis should he run for the governor? On releasing gangbangers to kill? Look, you've heard so much. I don't want to make it any worse, but you are suing the city. What needs to happen for the people to understand what you're trying to do?
Mainly what I'm trying to do is I really want to set a point. I really want to change this law. I feel like I'm not going to be the only family ever to go through this. I don't want it to happen to another family.
What do you mean by change the law? You mean the sanctuary city policy that permits illegal alien gangbanger drug dealers to roam freely under the protective wing of the district attorney and the mayor?
Absolutely. At this point, we really want to hold them accountable to this. I think change needs to be in San Francisco. I think the people in San Francisco need to open their eyes and see what's going on. Because, for me, it's like when I think about this lawsuit, it's not even this is the principle. This is my family, and I'm dealing with 3 empty lives in my life. And
no amount of money on earth could ever replace it. No, it wouldn't matter if you won $100 million. It wouldn't matter. I understand that. And what's keeping you going is trying to get justice here. I understand that as well, Danielle.
Exactly, but I do want to say this too, is we have not even heard from our governor, and I understand that he's busy with the budget, but my God, he has not even paid attention to the city of San Francisco. Where's he been through all of this? If I was governor...
He's another empty suit. Schwarzenegger's another fraud. He's a melting ice cream cone. Look, don't expect anything from politicians, Danielle. I learned that if you read the Bible, they'll tell you never expect anything from politicians. What you can expect is something from the people. And I represent the people not only in San Francisco but across America, and they know what heartbreak you are feeling right now. Danielle, is there any way people can contribute to your legal defense fund? Do you have an address they can mail any money to?
I do.
Because if you do, I'll put it right on the air. I'll put it on my website. But before you do it, Danielle, I am going to donate $5,000 right now from the Michael Savage Legal Defense Fund to your defense, your lawsuit against the city, whatever you want to do with it. God bless you. I don't know. No amount of money on earth could ever make up for what happened to you. But how can the people listening to this show help you directly, Danielle?
Oh, God. First, I just want to say thank you so much. And we have a fundraiser for the family for the two kids, my son and my daughter.
I'll tell you what, Danielle, leave it with my people. I will read it on the air. I will put it on my website. I have no other words to say than I have already said. You have made an impression that needs no further embroidery. People heard you. Okay. They know what happened to you. Here's a woman who lost a husband and two beautiful sons, law-abiding, and that piece of empty garbage that any twosome newsome never even came and said, I'm sorry. That wants to be governor. That thing thinks it could be president. That tells you everything you need to know about the Democrats.
That's right. You're absolutely correct.
Now, Danielle, before you go, I have to raise a very sensitive issue, and that is the issue of ethnicity, and I'll tell you why. Because the first thing you're going to hear is that I'm a racist and I'm anti-Latino and I'm just trying to bash Latinos who are simply coming in for sanctuary. When I know for a fact that you're a Latina, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm Mexican in Nicaragua, yes.
All right, well, let the people understand that it's not about ethnicity, it's about legality.
Exactly.
It's about legality. You just, I have a lot of other things I could say, Danielle, and I'm not going to do it. I feel very bad right now. And frankly, I think I should let you go because there's things I'm going to say I'm going to regret saying in 2 minutes.
But I just want to say to all the listeners, just keep us in prayer, please, because, we need a lot of it. My son who passed away that was 16, his birthday September 3rd, and my wedding anniversary is September 12th. And, I missed him so much. This is just too sad for me, and it's awful to live your life when you have a full family and all of a sudden it's cut off in one day on a Sunday. I still can't get over it. It's still unreal to me. It's unreal.
Right, and the politicians are all caressing and protecting the killer. They're visiting him in jail. I'm sure the mayor visited the killer.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure the mayor has given him his condolences and assurance that he'll be given the best of care by the wonderful, loving people of San Francisco who don't want to be seen as being racist. Right. Danielle, there's nothing more I can do for you than what I have done today. I will do everything I can for you. I want to reiterate that I'm giving you in some small ways only a token of what I'd like to be able to do, and I hope that the people listening, we will get the address. We'll help you financially to seek the justice that will never bring back what is missing from your life. But just know that not all of the people out there are on drugs and heartless, soulless monsters like Gavin Newsom.
That's correct.
Thank you very much. I'll be right back.